Look at this cross-section. The cheese stretches cleanly, the beef is rich and thick, and most importantly, the tater tots have held their shape perfectly. This is the Crock Pot Chili Cheese Tater Tot Casserole. To build it, you need 2 pounds of ground beef, chili spices, canned tomatoes, frozen tots, cheddar cheese, and a standard 6-quart slow cooker. But slow cookers present a mechanical challenge. They are closed environments designed to trap steam. If you simply throw a layer of frozen potatoes into a wet environment for 4 hours, they will disintegrate into mush. Getting this right requires managing that moisture. We have to engineer a way to beat the slow cooker's internal climate. Step 1 happens outside the slow cooker. Start by browning the 2 pounds of ground beef in a large skillet. As the meat cooks, add your diced onion right into the raw beef. Cooking them together right from the start ensures the onions become completely soft by the time the meat is done. Once the beef is fully browned and crumbled, drain away the excess grease. Taking a minute to aggressively remove this liquid fat ensures the final chili base stays rich and cohesive, rather than separating into a greasy layer during the long cook time. Now, move that cooked beef and onion mixture into your 6-quart slow cooker. Add your mild chili seasoning, the minced garlic, 15 ounces of tomato sauce, and a ½ cup of the cheddar cheese. Next comes a 10.5-ounce can of diced tomatoes and green chilies. This single can represents a major risk to the texture of the dish. This diagram shows the slow cooker's cross-section. Notice the viscosity scale. Dumping in undrained tomatoes immediately drops the density of our base, turning a thick chili into a watery soup. You must completely drain them first. With the dry tomatoes added, stir everything together until you have a thick, tightly bound mixture. By eliminating the excess fat from the beef and the water from the tomatoes, we've built a dense, structurally sound base that can easily support the heavy starch layer going on top. Next, take 28 ounces of frozen tater tots. You don't even need to thaw them first. Lay them out flat to create a solid, edge-to-edge layer resting directly over the beef mixture. Do not mix or fold these tots down into the chili. Keeping a strict vertical separation between the wet beef layer and the frozen potatoes allows the starch to steam evenly from below. And now we reach the critical step. Before putting the lid on, lay 2 to 3 paper towels perfectly flat right across the top of the slow cooker insert. This thermodynamic diagram shows the interior. Steam rises as red arrows, condenses on the cooler lid, and attempts to drip down, but the paper towel layer catches the moisture. Without this barrier, water rains directly down, turning the potatoes into a soggy paste. With the towels in place and the lid clamped over them, set the machine to cook on low for 4 to 5 hours. Intercepting that condensation directly alters the internal climate of the cooker, keeping the structure of the potatoes completely intact. Let the cooker run until exactly 15 minutes remain on the clock. Carefully take off the lid and lift away the damp paper towels. You will immediately notice how heavy they are. That is all the water that would have ruined the dish. Now, sprinkle the remaining 1½ cups of cheddar cheese evenly over the steamed tater tots. Replace the lid, this time without the paper towels, for those final 15 minutes. The trapped heat goes right to work on the cheddar, melting quickly into a glossy, bubbling layer wrapping completely around the golden potatoes below. Once melted, you can garnish the top with a few sliced green onions. When you finally scoop into it, every single layer, from the firm potatoes to the thick beef chili, stands out perfectly distinct. By removing the excess fat early on and using a simple paper towel to intercept condensation, you ensure optimal texture from top to bottom.